On CNN, Jake Tapper just admitted that Joe Biden continually lies about his role in the civil rights movement.
First time he ran for president, he lied to voters, according to the New York Times, quoting aides of Biden's, about having marched in the civil rights movement. This is Biden making this false claim in 1987.
When I marched in the civil rights movement, I did not march with a 12-point program. I marched with tens of thousands of others to change attitudes.
And the New York Times reports, quote, more than once, advisors had gently reminded Mr. Biden of the problem with this formulation. He had not actually marched during the civil rights movement, and more than once, Mr. Biden assured them that he understood, kept telling the story anyway. That is really, really weird.
It is, and the story was a reminder that in that 88 race, he was one of the younger candidates in the race. He was 44 years old. He was the new generation, but, if you haven't read the book of What It Takes about the 1988 campaign, rich chapters of Joe Biden and others, but it does point out a problem, a challenge for Joe Biden. Has he fixed that issue? When he gets very comfortable out on the stump speaking and other things, he has tended to embellish. He has tended to, make things sound slightly rosier than they are. Now, his aides went back to say, look, he was in office marching for the idea of civil rights, but was not actually marching in the streets. But that would not fly as much that he was supporting civil rights. But I'm saying that in today's
that's not what the word marching means
on Twitter. Okay.
I'm just wondering, why was this not aired before he was elected? But thanks for doing journalism. Also crazy because CNN can expose Joe Biden, but when I post TikToks exposing him, they get deleted. Oh no, Joe. Okay, let's be nice because we all know that he's a very forgetful person. But Joe said that he went to Delaware State and HBCU.
So you said you went to Delaware State.
And they said, oh no, baby, you did not go here.
You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class.
I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class to have a full academic scholarship. Went back to law school and in fact ended up in the top half of my class. I was the outstanding student in the political science department at the end of my year. I graduated with 3 degrees from undergraduate school and 165 credits, only needed 123 credits.
Biden now concedes he did not graduate in the top half of his law school class, that he does not have 3 degrees from college, and that he was not named outstanding political science student in college.
Newsweek says Biden actually went to school on a half scholarship, ended up near the bottom of his class, and won only 1 degree, not 3.
There is one less candidate in the race for the presidency tonight. Delaware Senator Joseph Biden dropped out of the hunt today, saying the disclosures about his plagiarism in law school and his exaggerations about his academic record made it impossible for him to continue.
And today they just removed this one where Joe Biden is speaking with black activists. And I guess they didn't like that too much.
It's a completely closed call, so just wanted to remind you of that. There's no recording.
The community are getting a little anxious because they are not seeing enough of the progress they thought they would have seen at this point. Let's not disappoint them, and let's not get to a place where voters in Georgia begin to second guess.
Okay, let me respond. I've got to go. Let me respond. There's a lot to respond to here. Let's get something straight. You shouldn't be disappointed. What I've done so far is more than anybody else has done this far. Okay? Number one. Number two, I mean what I say when I say it. I mean what I say when I say it. Well, I don't know if that counts. I'm not so sure. Well, if it doesn't count for y'all, well, the hell with y'all. But because it's real. For 25 years as a United States Senator. Before, Sherilyn, you were even involved. I got it. I started off, I'm much older than you. That's why I got involved in politics. If in case you haven't looked, we have the largest voting right. Kristen, my operation, 1,000 lawyers, bigger than you or anybody else out there on voting rights.
Not include, unless something happened since we've been talking, paid family and medical leave.
Yes, it does. No, it does include. It does include paid family medical leave.
But it doesn't have enough.
Well, it has more than. I don't think you've read it. It has significant.
Okay. No, I've been reading it, and I said something may have happened since, but it was 1.8 million.
That's how they beat the living hell out of us across the country, saying that we're talking about defunding the police. We're not. 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. Hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics. who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
And I got no problem saying it. Joe Biden, you need to watch your tone. Kamala Harris needs to pull Joe Biden aside. Joe, you might want to watch your tone. Joe Biden, and he did during the debate, and he did it here, where I did this, and I did that, I did this, and I did that.
But yeah, vaccine developed in like less than a year. Little scary. Think I'll be sitting this one out for a while, Chief. And hey, not saying it doesn't work. I didn't say that.
What an accomplishment, so you know I give a sauce with it. Duly acknowledged that I can't stand this man politics. Fruity and contradict, he hates whites, but he take the dick.